Again, my name is Brandon. I'm very happy to be here. It's been 2 years since I've been at the conference, so I'm really excited to see some familiar faces, some old friends, and I'm also excited to meet a lot of new faces and make some new friends here today and tomorrow. Before I go into a presentation, I want to tell you guys just a little bit about Frog and who we are. We've been in Shanghai 4.5 years now, and even though around the world we've had a very strong reputation, when we came to China, all of that, we started over. We had none of that legacy, if you will. And I know a lot of you have heard of Frog and Frog design in previous years, but we came from humble beginnings. And today, I'm proud to say we have 45 to 50 people in our Shanghai studio. And another colleague of mine, Emily Chung, is here today. If you get a chance, please say hello. With that, I want to show a little video about Frog and what we do. Now I'm going to change to a different topic. I'm going to talk about the TV, but not really the TV. So first of all, I came here today wanting to talk about behavior and cultural change. That's really at the heart of what Frog tries to explore in all of our work. We look through how people are changing, and one of the core catalysts for change today is technology. So in 2009, Adage had this quote: "The TV is functioning essentially as a giant window into the internet cloud." Now this was true, but it was a little too specific. I think the real statement here, the real important part of the statement is window and cloud. Now you guys are very familiar with the term cloud and cloud computing, but does anyone know what I mean when I emphasize window? This is a window. All of you have one of these, yeah? Everything we make is a window into this internet cloud. And it's not just these devices, it's other devices as well. So you're probably designing for some of these types of devices today: phone, tablet, laptop, computers, and televisions. But these aren't the only ones. Each one of these is a window with unique characteristics. The most obvious one is its size. But I'll talk a little bit today about some of the other characteristics, what makes it special, and why we have to think about designing for all of them. How many people here have a touch-screen device? If you could, let's have a little experiment. Would you please get your touch-screen device, or as many touch-screen devices as you have in your hands, and hold them up? I'd like to see. How many does everyone have? I'm seeing multiple. 1, 2, tablets, phones. Keep holding them, keep holding them. I'm not seeing enough. I think everyone here has one of these, right? The purpose of that is to think that this is no longer a phone, to think it's no longer a tablet, it's just a window. And it's because of the touchscreen nature, or the nature of the technology being touchscreen. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and a couple other macro trends. When you think of these as windows, there are some things going on with technology that are changing behavior across all of these different platforms, all these different devices. So the first one is the access, infinite choice. People have unlimited access to content anywhere, anytime. Now when you have media like this all over the world available, the real question is, how do I find what I need? How can I search for it? How can I discover something new? How can I enjoy it? There's a huge degree of fatigue with the amount of media we have access to today. So you have to consider rethinking the way that people discover media and discover content. What was released recently, the iPad, has fundamentally changed the paradigm of consumption, because you no longer have to have media on the device. And you can stream 2 ways. And soon, tomorrow, maybe, you'll be able to stream from any of these devices in this room to another one with great ease. So when that happens, what does that mean for what this really is? Here's another way to look at it. This is one of the ways and one of the mechanisms that's causing this to happen. This is just a visualization of wireless networks that we have in our everyday lives. In this room, I guarantee you there's probably 500 to 600 available wireless networks. Now today, a lot of these may be hidden, but you can see that some of them are open. Are we designing to take advantage of those connections, of those potential connections between people, between windows? So this is the iPhone. Everyone has or has seen this. But it's no longer a phone because of multi-touch technology. Capacitive technology allows this phone to easily transform into a healthcare device, into a financial application. I realize most of you create or have created mobile applications, but what you're doing is you're transforming the nature of this from a phone to something else. It's multimodal. And increasingly, everything we create will be multimodal, and touchscreens and capacitive technology is one of the mechanisms that's enabling this. Here's another example. So this is an emerged smart tablet, smartphone. Doesn't matter what you call it, right? Small dual screen, flip screen device, both screens are touch. You can easily switch between consumption, interaction, and creation using capacitive technology. Here's another example. I mean, as these windows start to evolve, they seamlessly just integrate into our life. So the point here is that computers are becoming a part of the world. Now, some of the other technologies that are really changing this are object recognition technologies, such as this computer, allowing me to communicate with the window. Now, you may have seen this. This looks simple, but have you seen the Connect example here? When these windows have sensing technologies combined with intelligence in the application layer, you can fundamentally transform the experience right there. Now that opens up a whole new world of possibilities for the types of experiences we can create. This is an example that we created for Intel. These products are on the market today. This is a window, literally, inside a retail environment. Behind it, all of the clothes, all of the apparel are tagged with fidgets. They're sonar-based RFID tags. This is a transparent, semi-transparent AMOLED display combined with a camera at the top. The camera does two things when you walk up to it. It detects your gender, whether you're a man or a woman, and it detects your height. And based on those two senses, those two pieces of information, it provides a UI relevant to you based on all the products around you in that environment. And you can look through the window and interact with the real world in a new way. Now, another major trend that's affecting what we create is the density of information. So earlier I talked about the access to any type of content, but it's not just type of content that you're looking at. It's how rich it is. So this is Shanghai 3D map. Tomorrow we'll be able to actually have these rooms mapped out in Beijing. And you'll be able to explore that virtually through any of these windows. So the question is, how does that change what you make? How does that change what you think about when you're making a new product? Here's another example of information density. This is a social TV for hire that we created, and it's launched on the market just a couple months ago. It connects to QQ and allows you to video chat in real time with other people while you're watching the same show. So it's not just about accessing information, it's about the density and quality and richness of that information that's totally changing the way that we experience the world around us. You can now sit on a couch by yourself and yet feel like you're sitting on a couch right next to your friend, who may be all the way around the world. Here's another example. This is a friend and colleague of mine who moved to Austin from Chicago about a year and a half ago. He had never been to the city before, and he used Google Street View to search through neighborhoods, work with a real estate agent, and ultimately select a house, all without having to go to the city. So this is his shopping tool, in essence. That's how rich the information is becoming. So all the things I've showed you are things today that are available in terms of technologies and ways of thinking about new products and services. But what about tomorrow? What could the future possibly hold? I think that's one of the most inspiring things to think about and talk about today. And in the workshops and with the people that you meet, with your friends, with your colleagues, what can we do tomorrow to create better experiences, better interactions for people? Here's one example. So remember, these are just windows, and they give you access to information, content, people in completely new ways. Helps you see the world around you differently. That's what they do. Here's another example. Now think about people. This is a commercial for Coca-Cola. But with layers of richness, rich data everywhere around the world, in this room, it won't be long before I hold up a phone and I know exactly who you are and everything you've ever said in your life. So the identity that you have online is merging with the identity that you have offline because of this. They're becoming one and the same because of these windows and the infinite access to rich data everywhere all the time. It completely and fundamentally changes what we can create. That's it. That's all I have. I'm really happy to be here. I'm excited to have these conversations with you guys. And the future is what you can make of it. Thank you very much.